Have you ever seen photos of Yvonne Craig that are a little different from the ones you usually know her for? Yvonne Craig is most famous for playing Batgirl on television in the 1960s, but some of her photos show a side of her that surprises many people. We are going to talk about some pictures of her in a G-string swimsuit that leave very little to the imagination. Before anyone jumps to conclusions, let us look at the story behind these images. Yvonne Craig was not just a superhero on screen. She was also a model, dancer, and actress. Her career started when she was very young, and she worked in movies, television, and even commercials. She was known for her charm, her energy, and her ability to make a character unforgettable. But some of the photos from her modeling days show a very different side of her. So, why did these photos exist? Back in the 1960s and 1970s, it was not uncommon for actresses and models to do swimwear or pin-up shoots. These were meant to show beauty and confidence, not just the characters they played on television. For Yvonne, this was part of her work as a model. Many fans today find these images surprising because they are not used to seeing superheroes in this kind of photo. Yvonne Craig's G-string photos were part of this era. They were artistic and daring for the time. The idea was to show a confident woman who was proud of her body. She posed in ways that highlighted her curves and athletic figure. And yes, these photos leave very little to the imagination, but it is important to understand the context. These images were meant for a specific audience, and Yvonne approached them professionally, just like any other job. Many people might wonder whether Yvonne Craig was embarrassed about these photos. Actually, there is no record of her being ashamed. She took her work seriously and always presented herself with confidence. In fact, some of her fans respect her for being bold and unapologetic. Back then, it was not easy for women in Hollywood to make choices like this without facing criticism. Yvonne did what she wanted to do as a model, and that is worth recognizing. Let us break it down. Yvonne Craig started as a dancer and appeared in several musicals. She had the training and the talent to perform complex routines. Her looks helped her land modeling jobs, including the more revealing shoots. Then came Batgirl. Suddenly, she became a household name. Fans saw her as a superhero, a role model, and someone inspiring. The contrast between her Batgirl image and her modeling photos surprised a lot of people. But it also showed that she was multi-talented and more than just one role. Another thing to consider is that photography back then was very different. Lighting, poses, and angles were carefully chosen to create a certain effect. Even though these photos are bold, they were artistic. Many photographers wanted to capture the beauty of their subjects without being crude. Yvonne understood this and worked closely with them to create images that were both professional and memorable. It is easy to judge these photos today, but if we think about the 1960s and 1970s, the standards were different. Movies, television, and modeling all had strict rules about what could be shown. Yvonne's photos pushed boundaries a little, but she did it with style. She balanced her modeling work with her acting career and never let one take away from the other. So, what can we learn from Yvonne Craig and her G-string photos? First, people are more than what they appear to be in one role. She was a superhero, a dancer, and a model all at once. Second, confidence matters. Yvonne knew her worth and was not afraid to take on work that was challenging or different. And finally, history is full of surprises. Looking at old photos can teach us a lot about the culture and society of that time. Her modeling work may not be what she is most remembered for, but it is part of her story. It shows that she was willing to take risks and embrace opportunities. For fans of classic television or vintage modeling, these photos are a glimpse into a world that is very different from today. It is not just about boldness. It is about artistry, confidence, and being true to yourself. In the end, Yvonne Craig left a legacy that goes far beyond any single photo shoot. She entertained millions, inspired people with her performances, and showed that women could be strong, talented, and fearless. The G-string photos are just one piece of her story, a piece that reminds us she was more than just Batgirl. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning something new about Yvonne Craig, make sure to check out more of her work and see how she made history in her own way. Do not forget to share your thoughts in the comments below about your favorite Yvonne Craig role. She was one of a kind, and her story deserves to be remembered.